literature lesson. Today we're going to be looking at aspects of literary work. Aspects of literary work. What is it that you look at when you are analyzing a novel, a short story, a play, anything that is written, and you really want to dig deep into it and look at certain things that make that work up, and because those are called aspects. First of all, it's very important that before you attempt analyzing any work, you read it thoroughly. You read it and you understand it, and that's when you can then attempt to analyze it. First of all, you have to look at characters. Characters are animals or people in the literary work. Characters are animals or people in the literary work. For example, you know that when we read George Orwell's Animal Farm, we find animals as characters. But when we read Darlene Matisse' Fearless Child, you'll find people as characters. When you analyze characters, you have to look at the antagonist and the protagonist. The antagonist is actually the person who is against the protagonist being the main character in a novel or in a play or in a short story. There's a main character, and obviously there are minor characters who you can also refer to as supporting characters. Therefore, it's very important that when you analyze any work, you list all of them, and then you look at how they influence each other, and mainly how they influence and support the protagonist. You also need to look at the theme. The theme is the main message in a literary work. What is it that you've learned? After reading, you sit down and ask yourself, what is it that I learned from this short story? What is it that I learned from this novel? What did I learn from this play? The main message is called a theme. There can be more than one themes in a novel or in a play. Therefore, you need to look at each one of them and see how important they are, or how important are the lessons that you picked from that work. There's also setting. Setting is place and time where things take place. Place and time where action takes place. Setting influences the behavior of the characters. Setting also influences the theme and the conflict and everything else. Setting is very important. You have to ask yourself, where did this action take place? Where did the story take place? And how has the setting influenced the main characters and all the other characters' behavior? You then have to look at conflict. Conflict is the disagreement between people. What is it? What is the action, the drama, the problem that comes up as you are reading the literary work? You have to ask yourself, what is the problem here? What is this drama all about? Because there is no work that can be just flat with no conflict. It would be boring, isn't it? Then you also have to look at the plot. The plot is actually the sequence of events, how the story unfolds from the beginning until the end. The beginning influences the continuation until the end. Therefore, it's very important that as you attempt to analyze any literary work, you sequence the events as they come, from the first thing that happened until the last thing that happened as the resolution. Each one of these aspects are equally important, and it's very important that you look at each one of them with keen eye and you analyze them thoroughly. Thank you. That's all I had for you.